Oh my god, guys, welcome back to another video, and we have confirmation! Pokemon Sword and Shield have been announced, and we got both a lot and a little, in terms of the trailer that they showed. But it's all great. I'm super stoked. I had all day just to kind of let it simmer and soak in and let it just wash over me how great this seems. And I'm in pretty good spirits today. Happy Pokemon Day as well. Okay, so just a quick rundown of things that we got. We got gameplay. We have, at the very least, character designs of the player characters, both the male and female. And we got starters. Oh, and we got the map. So we got technically a lot of stuff today. And I'm not going to go over all of it. I'm not going to go into great detail. I just want to go over my thoughts initially and what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling about today. And yeah, that's really what this video is going to be about. So first of all, I'm just going to say, I was both expecting but not expecting a region on the UK. For the longest time, rumors kind of swirled around and made it seem like maybe we were looking at a kind of a Southeastern Asia area. I think at the very least at the time those had some credibility. I think things change, and obviously Game Freak can move from one part of the world to the other if they decide, or maybe take elements from all across the globe and decide, hey, we're going to use this landmass to basically base everything off of else. So I think there are probably still some things here and there. But we're definitely based in the UK, or at the very least the Eastern European areas. And I gotta say, I am really stoked about the region. We got a full map, or at least that's what we're assuming is, because I've been talking to some people and we're not 100% sure whether it's the full map yet. We don't know that yet. So either way, it looks really cool. I've been looking in great detail all over the map all day just to kind of try to pinpoint some areas, and there's some clear landmarks like Big Ben and the Eye of London, or I think it's called the Eye of London, which is the Ferris wheel that they have there. There's like a steampunk industrial city, and that's super cool. I am just so stoked about this. The one thing I will say is that I'm a little worried about the gyms. They said gyms are back, and that's fine, and I'm not terribly against that. However, I will say I want them to be very careful about that, because I think the trials in Gen 7 were vastly superior to just plain old gyms. Gyms have a place in which, like, they are a good boss, so to speak. They're a good way to get your character from hometown to the Pokemon League, and that's fine. But they never really have a place in the story or in the lore of the region. They're just kind of there. So I'm a little worried that they'll go back and regress to that, and I don't want that, because I want the gyms or whatever replaces them to be interesting and beyond mechanics and whatnot. I want them to have a place in the world that you are supposed to be living in, as opposed to just like, oh, here's a roadblock and you gotta beat him first before you can get through, blah 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 blah. So that's one reservation that I kind of have about it, but we obviously don't know enough about the gyms to really understand, hey, this is gonna be one way or the other, and especially since there seems to be something different about them. All of them have some kind of this weird blue and red swirl symbol, and I think there's definitely going to be something off that makes them vastly different from all of the other gyms. Another thing that I'm a little worried about, but obviously things change, this is not final gameplay, is the frame rate. It's a little weird. It's just off. It's not like terrible, but it's just a little weird. And those are honestly the two things that I'm a little worried about, but I'm willing to wait and see what happens, because there's obviously going to be a lot of time between now and the release, and I'm pretty sure that this is all just beta footage that they just said, hey, this is good enough to show how the game generally looks. Moving on, I want to talk about the characters, the player characters, and they're adorable. I think the British hipster looking guy is pretty cool looking. It's not very often that I actually like the main character design overall. I usually think he looks a little dumb, and ever since character customization has come in, I've been really like happy that I can just, I could start changing him and making him look the way I kind of want. But I am actually pretty happy with the way he looks. He looks like how I would expect somebody that lives in the UK to dress, I guess. I hope that's flattering for people, because I like it. As far as the girl goes, I think she is adorable. I think she is just super cute. Everything about her design is pretty spot on. I'm good with that. One thing I will say is, we're still getting that face. Their faces are still a little bit bland, and with the smile that never goes away, even when maybe something's gonna happen to them and it's not good. So we'll see how things change. Maybe cinematics will be better and they'll have more expression on their face. So a couple of things that I saw people complaining about right off the bat, just from these short clips that we saw all over the place, is that there is apparently no wild battles out in the open, like Let's Go. And I've got to say that I'm of two minds here. One, I'm not terribly disappointed. It was a one-off game. It really would have been nice to have going forward, but honestly, considering all the other games are basically the same as this, it seems, I'm not terribly disappointed. But I will say that it is at least a little bit disappointing that they didn't incorporate it in some capacity. The second thing that I saw was that people were saying, oh, well, now there's no walking behind you Pokemon anymore. And we don't know that, honestly, because, first of all, what Pokemon are they going to have walk behind you? That, I guess they could show you Pikachu walking behind these characters, but why would they even bother at that point? I think there are tons of stuff that they really just are holding off for. This is clearly beta footage, so I'm not terribly concerned about any issues or stuff missing. Clearly there are no NPC characters around, but there's going to be in the game. So, you gotta really look at it as for what it is and be like, okay, well, this is clearly beta footage that they said, hey, this looks good enough, and let's just show them what the game generally looks like. So I'm pretty positive that walking Pokemon will come back. We don't know about it looks apparent that it's just random encounters. It is what it is. Whatever. Those are really kind of not, some small nitpicky things. Overall, I thought the trailer was great. I think the general region as a whole, the graphics look so good. Clearly they're not the best in the world. They're not amazing. However, they are definitely a step up for Pokemon, and this is the best Pokemon's looked in 23 years, ever since its inception. So obviously it's really great. I think we have a lot to be excited about for this game. I think it looks great overall. I think it'll look great once it's finally just polished off and everything's good. I'm just enjoying the environments. I like the comparison between, here is kind of a rolling grassland, natural environment, to here's an industrial city that is super packed down and lots of pipes and whatnot. So I think it'll be a good comparison between the two. And honestly, there's been rumors of tradition versus innovation, basically, more or less. So this kind of is probably the mix there. So yeah, I think it looks generally pretty good, and I'll wait until the next couple of trailers to make any further assumptions about the graphics in general. Alright, so that brings me to the final thing that I want to talk about, and that's the 3 starters. First of all, they are adorable! So, let's just go down the line, and I'll go over in detail what I think about them. So, Grookey is the grass monkey, and I honestly am probably going to pick Grookey unless the other two evolve into something much better, I guess. Unless they all evolve in some way that I prefer, I'm probably going to pick Grookey. I love Grookey. Grookey's super adorable. I like that he uses a stick that he keeps in his little hair to hit rocks. And that's actually an interesting thing, because I don't know the details specifically, but I'm pretty sure that there are at least certain species of monkey, or a primate in general, that use sticks and other things to hit rocks, and that either scares away enemies or whatnot, or it brings in their prey or whatever. So that's actually kind of hearkening to a real life thing, I think. So that's super cool. I love Grookey. I think he looks really cute. Another Pokemon that is cute and maybe a little less cute, but is cool looking, and that is Scorbunny. Scorbunny is a bunny that has fire power in its feet, and I think it looks really cute. Overall, it's I can't even say it's my favorite or least favorite because all three are pretty great. I have no real favorite or least favorite so far. But I think Scorbunny looks pretty freaking great. I like the way they introduced it with topping around and it lands and it's like singes the grass. I thought it was pretty good. Overall, I'm impressed by it. I'm interested to see what it turns into because it's got a band-aid or something on its nose and on the bottoms of its feet. So like a lot of other people, I'm a little worried that it might be a fighting type. I doubt it will be, but you know, like look at Incineroar. Technically, Incineroar is a dark type, but it's still based on a wrestler, which kind of is fighting, sort of. But it could be different. I'm hoping for something different. I like it. It's cool. It seems to be one of the fan favorites so far, and I can see why. And that brings us to the cutest of the three, honestly, in my opinion, and many others. And that is Sobble, and that is the Water-type Pokemon starter. And it's just super cute. I can see why people love it. It is just adorable, and I like it too. It's funny, I'm actually playing that fan game, Solar Light and Lunar Dark, and I chose the Gecko, whatever. It's like a water starter lizard thing, and it's kind of similar to Sobble, so that's kind of funny. Maybe it'll be very similar to Sobble and be water poison type. I don't know. But either way, I think Sobble's cute. I don't know if I'm gonna choose it, but honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna choose any of them. I am right now eyeing Grookey, but things can change. Overall, I am just stoked for this game. I think it's going to be the best of all of them going forward. I hope it has the things that we don't know. I hope it has a compelling story. I hope the characters are likable. I hope that the Pokemon are great, and I'm not terribly worried about that. I hope it has a lot of Pokemon, though. I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch of new Pokemon. It looks like a massive region, so I'm super stoked to see all the new environments and all the new Pokemon inside this region. I'm pretty excited. How about you guys, though? Let me know down below in the comments section which starter you're going to choose, as well as what you think about the Galar region and Gen 8 in general so far. I'm super excited for it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, remember to subscribe and ring the bell to make sure you get all of the notifications from each of my videos. I'm super pumped. I'm super excited. This is going to be great. I can't wait to get more news about Gen 8. I'm super... Pokemon Sword and Shield. Awesome names in my opinion. And, you know what? One last thing. I forgot to say, it looks like we might get a Wolf Legend. We'll see. Either way, I enjoyed everything that happened today. Happy Pokemon Day. Happy Sword and Shield Pokemon news information day. Whatever. I will see you guys in another video. So long.